Hey everyone, this is DWS Darius, and right now you're looking at my 880-gallon aquarium. With this tank and with all my aquariums, you have fish in here that you always get to see, you have some fish that you rarely see, and then you have ghosts that live in the aquarium. And today I want to give you guys an update on one of the ghosts that live inside this aquarium. Now this is like the freshwater version of a deep sea creature. Going based on the way this fish looks, the behavior of this fish, it's definitely like an alien living inside this aquarium. But it's a nice feature to have in this tank. So yeah, I want to give you guys an update on this fish. I've had it for a couple of years now, and I believe it is a personal record when it comes to the size of this ancient fish. But in order to give you guys a look at this fish, I got to draw it out, and I got to draw it out with food. And of course, I got to take care of my main predators first. I want to give these guys a quick feeding, and then I'll be able to give you guys a look at this mysterious creature living inside this aquarium. Okay everyone, so the cool thing about this fish is that he lives in one section of the aquarium and is right over here. I actually love this portion of the tank. Just seems very natural. We have this giant piece of wood going into the water. We have all the plants, and we have nature just taking its course. We have a bunch of insects, a bunch of spiders and everything. Of course, I'm not a big fan of the insects, but as long as they're not in our way, I'm not going to kill them. So yeah, we have a nice little section for this ghost knife. And if we look in the water, you can see I have this little cave that I made, and you can see the creature right in there. So first let me go ahead and get the light for you guys. So yeah, right here I have a cave, and I had it tied up using fishing line, and this keeps the ghost knife over here and allows me to feed him. He is a picky eater, and he only likes to eat raw foods. Every now and then he likes to eat live worms, so I keep him over here so it's easy to feed him. And that's one of the reasons why I still have this guy in my tank. Normally if I have shy fish, I don't enjoy them, because what's the point of having a fish that you rarely see? But this guy, he's acceptable, because even though he doesn't come out that much, I could come in here and I could do this and just hand feed this dude. So definitely the reason why, even though he's a fish that's very elusive, I still enjoy his presence, because I'm still able to hand feed him and just interact with him and just look at him. Very strange looking fish. Now I've had this ghost knife for about 6 years. When I first bought him, he was about 3 to 4 inches long, and today he's about 16 inches long. Now he's not going to come out all the way, especially since he's already eaten. But you can see he has a decent sized head. His head is about 4 inches, and you know these fish they're rather slender, so they don't really get as tall bodied as some of these cichlids in here. But he's a slender fish, and just going based on how wide he is, you can tell that he's definitely a long fish as well. There's actually a lot of activity. That's him actually right there out. Now this tank is 4 feet deep, so it's actually hard to get an idea of how big he is. He looks small down here, but remember he's 4 feet down. You can see the catfish and everybody starting to get stirred up. This is probably going to be intercepted. Right there's a piece of shrimp. It's probably going to be intercepted by one of the cichlids. It's going down to the bottom. And this guy is back. Usually the catfish just took it. Those catfish are pretty old too. Let's see if I can give this guy another piece. He's pretty full too. So he's not as greedy as the rest. He'll eat until he's content. He won't stuff himself like the other fish. But yeah, the ghost knife definitely doing awesome. And definitely a nice oddball in his tank. And let's just see if we can get just a decent look at this fish. Now these fish are for the most part blind. I do believe that they can sense the light, so the light does bother him a little bit, because normally he's just going crazy, he's snapping at my fingers. But yeah, these fish are mostly blind. They come out at night and they have like electrical signals to figure out what's around them, to figure out where the food is or where there might be a threat. Just a very strange looking fish. A nice oddball. He has that mouth that's kind of like a crocodile mouth, so he can't really eat too many things. That mouth is like designed for insects and small prey, but definitely a weird looking fish. So yeah, that's a look at the ghost knife. Whenever I make a video, I always forget to include this guy, but he's in there, he's doing his thing. Let's see if I can give him another piece. And this guy only eats, like I said, frozen foods or live foods, so that means he only eats like twice a week, because that's the only time that I offer it to him. And he's pretty much full, so he's not going to go and stuff himself like the other fish. So yeah, that is my ghost knife, and he stays in this corner. Like I said, this right here is a DIY cave. It's actually a gutter piece. You might recognize it. This is the piece that directs your gutter from the house. So I bought one of those. It was like $10. It's extremely long. It's like 6 feet long, so I cut it in half. And I have this one tied up here using fishing line. And that way he feels comfortable, and at the same time he's close to me, so I can hand feed him and interact with him. But yeah, that is likely the oddest fish that I have. And definitely a nice little monster. He's like a deep sea creature when you look at just the way he's shaped and his behavior. So definitely nice to have this guy in my tank.